Is this Q&A shirtless? No. What's going on, everybody? So, obviously we have a new video for you today. Today's going to be a Q&A. This is an opportunity for you to get to know a bit more about me. My personal life, my collecting, my goals, whatever anybody asked, I will be answering for you today. So last week I posted on social media, so if you're not following me, go ahead and do that so you get your questions in for the next one. So I'll be answering the questions left for me via Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. So I definitely do not want to drag this out. Let's jump into it. So I think altogether there was about 60 or 70 questions. So thank you so much for everybody who submitted questions. I think I chose about 30 of them. I doubt I'll get through all of it. I'm sure I will answer all of them. And then through editing, I don't want this to be 20 minutes. So we'll just see what ends up being on the cutting room floor for you guys. I have the laptop pulled up. Let's jump into question number 1. This is from my buddy Matt. In your new figure setup, what is your favorite overall shelf? Which one do your eyes move to first? That's a good question. Honestly, guys, I'm still a sucker for this DeLorean and Marty. I will say though, this one is a close second. Also, guys, I don't love my my recording setup or lighting. So if you have any suggestions for me, go ahead and list them below. I know so many YouTubers, so many friends, and they have such an amazing setup and it looks great. I'm not there yet. We will. So Kurt asked, Coke or Pepsi? Neither. I don't drink soda, really, but if I do, I'm going Dr. Pepper. Preferably, I'll typically do diet maybe 6 months out of the year, but Dr. Pepper, easy. All right, we got a 2-part question. The first part being, how do you balance the cost of figures and the cost of just everyday life and other necessities? You budget for it. Honestly, this one's fairly easy. This hobby isn't a necessity for me. This is just a fun way for me to express my interest for movies. None of this ever comes first. It's always the non-negotiables, the negotiables, savings and investing, and then the hobby money is last. That's going to differ from person to person, maybe the amount, but yeah, all this comes absolutely last for me. I would never, if I ever had to think of, hey, should I buy this figure or pay off this credit card or this bill or an actual necessity, that I would never even consider buying one of these first. And do you have a holy grail piece that you don't own? I have a dozen pieces that I absolutely want and I do not own yet. At the top of my head, let me think. There's so many and I'm super indecisive and I'm in the moment trying to choose one. Fun fact, I haven't really read through any of these questions pre-planned, so I'm just answering off the cuff. But a 1/1 scale chopper from Rebel series, that is extremely high on my list. That's one of my favorite droids, and that's Rachel's favorite droid. So I think it'll fit really well in the collection. Next question is from Jordan, who has an amazing channel. Be sure to check him out. What is your favorite color and why? Black is my favorite color. Why? I think it's an aesthetic that goes and pairs well with anything. Okay, the next question. This is actually a friend from work. Yes, people at work do know that I collect. I wear this on my sleeve. I'm really proud of the hobby. I'm not ashamed of it. Anytime it comes up in conversation, I like to bring it up. I think it's fun. Joe's amazing. It actually means a lot to me that he asked a question. I know outside looking in, it could seem extremely silly. Not that I'm ever bothered by that. I definitely understand that point of view, and I'm never offended if people don't understand the collecting thing or the YouTube thing or the posting. I never do. Joe's super supportive. Thank you so much, man. What is your most memorable experience that you wouldn't have had if you didn't start collecting? There are so many. Pretty much every experience that I got to meet friends online. First thing that comes to mind is Star Wars Celebration in London last year with Rachel. I got to meet a lot of friends that I've talked to online. I got to fly across the world for a few days and just have such an amazing experience. That's number one. Next would be hanging out with the guys collector, Joey, Reverse, Zio, Danny, aka Mr. Ink. Yeah, anytime we all get together, I just have the best time. They mean a lot to me. Next question. How much do you bench? Thanks, Kurt. The best bench I've ever done was 295 pounds. That was during COVID time, so like 2021. I don't really bench too often. I just started 2 weeks ago. I'm going back old school. I'm doing a classic 5x5, and I've been able to do that with 225. Not much, but I'm getting through my sets. I'm going to progressively overload over time and hopefully get my bench back up again. Who is my favorite uncle? Uncle Bubby, it's you. You're my favorite. Easy decision. Case closed. Matt asks, who's a local collector, personal friend of mine. Amazing collection, amazing YouTube channel, great guy, great wife, great family. They're amazing. What is one of your earliest / favorite memories of one of your toys or action figures as a kid? It's funny. My brother and I, he's in the Navy, he's in Japan. We were on the phone the other day and we were talking about this. We really didn't have a bunch of toys. Pretty much, it was Pokemon on the Game Boy, or it was Halo for Xbox, or GameCube or whatnot. A lot of our stuff was console related, but probably playing Halo with him. Some of my favorite memories are still just thinking back of him and I playing Halo together. Brick asks, what got you into horror? I see you love horror and have many horror figures. My dad was a big scary movie buff. So he watched them a lot. It didn't take really for my little brother, but I very much gravitated towards it and I loved it. Still do. Reverse Zio, Carlos, the best teacher that I know. He's a teacher by trade. How do you go about balancing your hobbies with work and your personal life? I'm sure just like everybody else does. Monday through Friday, I work out on my lunch break so I can save time later in the day. And then, we don't have kids, so it's just me and Rachel after work. So I spend my nights with her, with friends, and then, I just do this when I have time. I never put this over anything. I don't really have to. Luckily, I live a very easy life where it doesn't take much planning on my end to fit all of my different hobbies into it. We love to travel and we get to do that often, which I'm blessed. And then I get to work out. Luckily, my work has a gym and I get to go there for lunch. So super easy for me. So 14 Wellington asks, how do you decide what to remove from your display in order to rotate something new in? How frequently do you change up your displays? Do you store or sell those figures? Thank you, 14. Great guy. I am fairly notoriously bad about selling off my figures. I made a video a little bit ago. I just posted some figures for sale this week, and this will be like my phase 1 of getting rid of some clutter, the parts of the collection I don't necessarily love and I can do without. So I'm not the best about that. So I can't tell you guys how to go about that because I'm still learning that myself. I do not rotate things in the collection too often. We do change up the display quite a bit. My rooms have gone over a transformation several times over. And there will be another one coming in the next few months, so stay tuned for that. I didn't answer that question super well, but I don't really rotate things often, and I really don't sell things often. I do have things stored in the closet. A lot of that's just due to space. There's some bigger items like the HasLab Razor Crest, the HasLab Sentinel, things like that. Jeff asks, do you think there's an end game with your collection? If you could snap your fingers, what would you change about the hobby? Okay, let's answer the first part first. Do you think there's an end game with your collection? No, I have no idea. There's visions of what I would love for this to look like at some point, but I have no idea if we'll ever get there. Honestly, as cliche as it sounds, it's really not about the destination for me, it's about the journey. I'm just enjoying unboxing action figures, posting them, making these videos, interacting with friends online, making new friends online. That's the fun part for me. I'm not a person who's thinking about the end game. Maybe I should be. I don't know. If you could snap your fingers, what would you change about the hobby? Oh, I feel like this could be a whole other video. Immediately, give me more space. Give me a bigger room, if that counts. If I can use that as an answer, I'll take a bigger room. In the last part of his question, what is something you wish was out but has not been announced yet, and it better be Star Wars? Okay. Let me think about this. You know what? I'm gonna go a very different route than some people are thinking. I would like a life-size Mandalorian from Home Depot like this Stormtrooper. That's my answer. Bob Dylan asks, he has a few questions. Bob, I don't want to do a little intro for everybody who asks questions. Bob is a special person in the community. He's been doing this a very long time. He's very respected, and he's a good friend of mine, so it means a lot. What is your goal with your channel or platform? Meaning, are you working towards an influencer status, such as receiving discounted or free items, brand building, merch pushing, Patreon subscriptions? You know what? I wish I could say, hey, look, this is exactly what I want. I want to be able to get X things, free figures, discounts. The truth is, I'm truly just having fun with this. Would it be awesome to get some free merchandise? Absolutely. I've been very lucky to have companies reach out to me for discounted items or free items to promote. I don't obviously accept everything, and I don't over push anything. Luckily, I'm in a very privileged position where I don't need anything discounted and I don't need any free figures. That would be amazing, but I'm not in need of it. So with that, when these companies do reach out to me, I don't have to say yes. I don't feel obligated to say yes. If I like their brand, if I like the company, if I like the owners, I'm going to say yes. But I'm not going to sacrifice any kind of integrity. Patreon or subscriptions? I don't know about Patreon. I don't know if I have enough to offer. But subscriptions, yeah, this is fun. I love opening up action figures. I like displaying and posing action figures. I like making the content, and then I like posting it, and getting feedback is a lot of fun. It's a really fun validation for the hobby. I always think of YouTube or social media as an extension of the hobby itself, and it makes it so much more fun. So if I can continue having fun and everything else kind of goes along with it, such as subscriptions or companies reaching out to me, quote unquote influencer status, that's awesome, but that's not the goal. I just enjoy having fun. My day-to-day is stressful at work, and anytime I open up an action figure, anytime I open up a hot toy into my post, I just want it to be fun. I don't want it to feel like work. I don't want there to be drama. I just want to have fun. So Roy asks, what was your second 6-scale figure, and what did it do for you that your first did or didn't? I'll be 100% honest. I remember my first figure. It was the Freddy from New Nightmare. I don't remember the second one, unfortunately. I'm sure I could go back and find it. At the top of my head, I just don't remember. Second question. You seem to have a positive outlook despite the complex world we're living in. Who and what inspires your outlook, and what do you like/love most about them? That is a lot. You know what? I wish I had a really awesome answer for you. I don't. I will leave you with this though. There's a saying I heard quite a long time ago, and those who are really close to me know this. The quote goes, "There are many good people in the world. If you want to find one, be one." Prince asks, what got you into fitness? You know what? I'll put a picture here. I was an athletic growing up. I was extremely skinny. I didn't play any sports due to a lot of insecurity. I wasn't athletic. I felt really behind, honestly, physically, most of my life. And I got into fitness because I just wanted to improve myself. I just wanted to build some confidence. I just wanted to be able to walk into a room and feel like I'm not being made fun of, to be 100% honest. Also, favorite DC movie. Favorite DC movie. This is a hard one. You know what? I'm gonna go with, look guys, if you know me, I'm pretty indecisive. It's hard for me to choose absolute favorites. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight. Zach, aka Collecting Weekly, aka Zach's Wonderland, he asked, how are you such a good guy? Because I surround myself with good people like you. Ian asks, who is your favorite Scottish man? You baby. You, Ian. I got to meet Ian and his wife last year in London. That's another reason why Star Wars Celebration, that trip in particular, was so special. I got to meet people who I never would have had the opportunity to meet. I didn't know Ian prior to that trip, and now it's safe to say Ian's a good friend, a great man, not only to me, but to Rachel. And that's one of the best things about social media, and one of the best things about this hobby. I get to meet and stay friends with amazing people like Ian. And the guy's a blast to be around. We had many a drinks, many a long nights. So Bob's second question is, have you incorporated? Are any of your channel/hobby costs now being tax deducted or mitigated in some way? Currently no, but there are plans. Bob's third question. Granted guys, I'm not doing multiples of questions for many people. Bob's a special guy though. How do you feel about I'm not reading this. I don't know how to answer this right now. See, once again, I'm reading these off the cuff. You're getting my answers as I'm reading these. So Chris asks, what is your all-time favorite piece in your collection? That's gonna go to this guy, Darth Maul. He's earned that spot as a staple in my collection. And what is Rachel's favorite piece? Now, she's on a work trip right now. Hi, Rachel. She's probably not gonna watch this, but hi. What is her favorite piece? Oof. You know what? That's a hard one. I would say for now, it is the Toys era, The Humorist. Kurt asks, how do you stay so upbeat and happy? Any outlook on life? I put quotes because I know sometimes looking happy is different from being happy. Abnormal. I have mood swings. I'm not always happy. I am grumpy. I do have my moments. But for the most part, I do not let little things stress me out. If you know me and you know me personally, I don't get upset by many things. It takes quite a bit to upset me. Can you list or do a how-to build video of your display case and the wood base that it's on? Yes, I am so sorry. I do plan on getting to that. Guys, I am not great at filming or editing, and to be quite frank, I didn't film the process of building this, so I'm not too certain how to do that format. But on Instagram, anytime someone messages me or comments on any of those videos, I'm happy to walk you through all the steps and send you any of the links needed. So just let me know. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate? Milk chocolate easily. Gavin asks, great actor from Canada, do your action figures ever get in the way of your relationship? He states, I remember fighting with my girlfriend once over painting a Batman vinyl kit. No, it's never been an issue. Rachel knows I always prioritize her over the collection. I actually think this has made us grow closer. We actually have date nights where we unbox action figures and she poses them with me and we take pictures, and she'll help me film sometimes. Or she will see something online and she'll show me and I'll say, hey, that's awesome. Or, hey, I know that person. Or, hey, we should do that. I actually think it's given us quite a bit of commonality. And she's super sweet. She strives to be invested in this hobby because I am. Guys, the way I did this, some of these questions are out of order. How do you feel on the new battle damaged Vader? I think he looks awesome. I pre-ordered him. I'm super excited. That is, I feel like, the definitive battle damaged Vader. And they state, in collector or deluxe edition? I typically always go deluxe. I'm not sure I'll have the room to display the awesome silhouette cape because I don't think it will actually fit in a DTOF. That's a good question. I have no idea. I'm getting it. Luckily, I'll find some space for him somewhere. Guys, and that is it. I know, not the most exciting video there is, but I hope you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me. Next video, I'll be going to a newly opened Lego store here in my hometown. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I am out.